Hey guys and welcome, my name is Victoria and I'm a raw and vegan pastry chef, and today we are going to talk business. Usually I post recipe videos, but today I decided that we actually need to cover something more substantial. As some of you probably know, I run my confectionery business called S-foodies, Healthy Desserts Lab, just like this channel, right here from my house in Uppsala, Sweden. And in this video we are going to talk about pros and cons of running your business from home. Let's start. Don't get distracted by all this. I need to fix an order for next week while my baby is sleeping, so I'm filming for YouTube talking, so you need to pay attention here. And I also need to finish my work while I have time, just so that you do not expect me to explain cooking. I will not explain that. So, pros and cons. I look at this, I prepared, I wrote a scenario, I wrote a script for this video. I wrote my pros and cons, 2 columns. Let's cover that. So first, a bit of a background story. Why I opened business at home in the first place? Well, the reason was simple. We were planning kids at the same time. So we decided that it's best to just start small and see where it gets us, both things. And funny enough, I got pregnant just the same time as I quit my job to have this business full time. So the first and number one reason is the best ever pro that I believe all of you who are running a business from home thought about first of all. It saves a lot of money. It's just, you cannot even compare. The amount of money that you would pay for rent is insane, and here you do not pay that. So you do not need to stress about bills every single month. You can take your time, grow and slow. For me it was the essential thing, because I could not possibly stress over bills and production kitchen while having a baby at the same time. So you can grow at your own pace. You can save a lot of money on the way. And I must confess that with pandemic coming, the fact that I run business from home pretty much saved me, because I have a lot of colleagues who had to close their businesses exclusively because they were running it in expensive kitchens. So I believe that that is like the biggest pro of all. Pro number 2 is your time that you do not need to spend on your way. You're right here, you can just get up anytime and start working. So it saves so much time. It's so precious. And it goes naturally to the pro number 3 is flexible hours. So you can pick your own hours, you can take extra days off, you can work a bit extra some other day. So these things are very convenient, especially if you have other job or you have a family, you have young kids, you need to adapt to their schedule all the time. So this is really helpful. And pro number 3 is your ecological footprint, because it gets so much smaller when you do not need to take a car. You lower your CO2 emission. You do not waste as much electricity and water as you would if you had to run 2 places. So instead you just have slightly higher bills here at home, but it's also saves you a lot of money and time and eco footprint. So you can just like tap yourself on the shoulder for having smaller impact on the environment. Alright, so now let's move to cons, and I'm pretty sure that cons are actually more interesting. Pros is something that you've known before. Come on, it's not like rocket science here. But there are cons, obviously. First of them being, remember the pro, the flexible hours. It's so annoying sometimes, because one is like when I was starting out, just starting, the fact that I did not have to pay bills and the fact that I could work anytime I wanted, I often found myself just being on the sofa watching Netflix. It was really hard, like the beginning, just not having any customers. The fact that you just opened and you registered an Instagram profile does not bring you customers straight away. You still need to work, you still need to like get out there, work for it, look for your customers. And it's so difficult sometimes to just kick yourself enough, because nobody else is going to motivate you, just you. So sometimes you just find yourself stuck doing nothing. What helped me there is that I registered at a network that is like has a paid membership, and I was going every week for a meeting And it pushed me to talk about my business every week, and it pushed me to bring results every week. You do not have to bring results. It's not the kind of a training program or anything, but just the fact that you are surrounded by other people who also run businesses, just the fact that they're gonna ask you how you're doing, what's new this week and stuff, and you're gonna answer. And even if it's in at that point, for me, it was a bit like fake it till you make it, because back then I did not feel as an entrepreneur yet, but they helped me because they were treating me as an entrepreneur, because everybody there was a business owner, so they were just like, oh yeah, how is your business going? And it helped me a lot. So that's my advice to you as well. Find some place where you will be surrounded by other business owners who will be asking you questions about your results. It helps a lot. Another problem with flexible hours is on the other side of the spectrum, because you just sometimes find yourself not being able to stop. Like, I love my job so much, and also I have trouble saying no, working on it. But sometimes when you have an order coming in very, very late, and it means that you will have to be in the kitchen at night, you're just thinking, well, I'm here anyways, why not? I like to have a new order. And then you stand up and then you start cooking, and then you're never off work, just never ever. You're just constantly there until you're burnt out. So just be careful there. You need to really decide which hours you're working, which hours you're not working. When you're not working, you mean it. You do not work. Don't touch the phone, don't open email, don't do it. My best advice. The second biggest con that I noticed is that because you're running your business from home, even though in my case it's 100% legit, it's registered just as any restaurant, cafe, kitchen, it has the same sanitary checks, it's the same list of kitchens, so they have the same registration for me, I have exactly the same permit, it still makes you feel small. So as if you're not, even though if you take me with my skills and my experience to a production kitchen, I'm still me. I still have the same skill set, but it feels that somehow there I'm more of a pastry chef than I am here, just because it's my home. And I'm saying it, and I know it's stupid, but this is somehow your feeling. In many occasions, I work on it really hard, but I still have this a bit like, yeah, I'm running my business from home. You know, hate it, know it's stupid, but I'm working on it, and it's something that you will probably notice, but just know you're just as skilled, as professional, no matter what kitchen you're using to produce your stuff. Just a little bit wisdom from Victoria. And last but not least, the size of your kitchen, it's a scale of your business. We were lucky, we had some extra space, so we took our dining area and moved the table aside basically and built more space into the kitchen. So I have an extra kitchen space that is just my work, exclusively my work kitchen. We do not do anything else there but that. I know that in some apartments, some houses, you have bigger kitchen, you have smaller kitchen. Sometimes it's really not possible to run the whole business from there. But again, I do not think of it as an actual con, because it's just your first step. When you know that you want a bigger scale for your business, when you can afford it, when you have time for it, when you have resources for it, you just move to a bigger kitchen. That's it. For me, at the moment, it's a choice, because I'm still on maternity leave, I have my baby sleeping in another room, I cannot go bigger at the moment. I do not take big orders, I'm not looking for bigger clients. I'm perfectly comfortable with the size of the business that I run right now. When I'm ready to grow, I will grow. When I'm ready to move out of this kitchen to something bigger, I will. So it's just a question of time, really. It's not like you're stuck here forever. When your business is ready to grow, you will just move on to a bigger space, or maybe move to a bigger house. So that's what I was gonna talk about today. I hope you found this video helpful. If you're considering to start a business at home, now you know what to expect. If you have any questions, please leave comments. I will be happy to discuss it with you. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I'm much more often there, and I post more content, more free recipes there. Just come say hi.